Hello students, this is Karen Lim. Today we will talk about how to go back and read your comments off of Insite for your essays. I received permission from Nicholas for his narrative essay. So as you can see, first of all, he has the originality score of 5%. So in the right frame, it shows you the matches from papers submitted in the internet, and so in red this shows you this was an exact match from another paper submitted. So there's no problem with 5%. When we go to the grade mark, you will see the blue tabs, and that tells you things that need to be improved. The paragraph is not developed. The second sentence is a fragment. It defines what a fragment is and where to go to the handbook to improve and find out more information. The third sentence here is wordy, so for a thesis statement it needs to be clearly stated and gives the reader direction and where your paper is headed. This highlighted line is a direct quote, and so it should be in quotation marks. You need to set up your quote. So according to Matt Ritchell, in the title of the article, you have your direct quote, and if you set up your quotation mark, your direct quote, you do not need to have your parenthetical information at the end. A few paragraphs down is another example of a statistic. Anytime you use numbers and datas, you should be putting it into a direct quote. So you can set it up by saying, according to researchers at the University of Utah, direct quote supertassers represent less than 3% of the population. And then you end the quote with your quotation mark, and you would indicate the author and then the date of which this was taken. You do not need to have the page number. This is another example of information that could be put into a quote. Again, you need to set it up by having the author's name. Extra information details do not need to be included. You would have your direct quote, and then you would tell me that it came from Ritchell. Finally, for your works cited page, you need to have your last name and page number on each page as a part of the MLA formatting for essays. Works cited should be centered in the middle of your paper. Titles of journals and magazines are to be in italic print and not underlined, and you would exclude any URLs. So you were to use 3 sources for this first essay. The first 2 were given to you, and you were to find a third source, and this was taken from Psychology Today, which is a good source. If you go to the bottom here, you have these tiles that show you the rubric on how you were scored for this essay. So the works cited page, there were some errors, so 2 points were taken off. For integrating sources, for direct quotes, there were problems with that. 5 points was taken off there. There were problems with grammar from the first paragraph. The thesis was not clearly stated, so 5 points was taken off there. So if the topic sentence is not clear, if you had any jumping of topics between paragraphs or missing transitions, 5 points was taken off. And then for the critical thinking and idea development, if you did not have enough evidence to support your thesis, points were taken off there. So overall for the first paper, this was not a bad score, 73 points. If you go to this second tab here, it gives you more information, general comments, well-chosen third source, learn how to integrate the direct quotes more smoothly into your essay. The introduction needs to be fully developed with a clearly stated thesis for the last sentence. So hope this helps in terms of figuring out what you did wrong for the first essay, and you would need to submit a revision. Just submit it back to Insite under Essay 1 revision. So thanks and signing off. See you next time.